doesn't like a Ripsaw tank? Like this guy. I know, I sure as hell do. But the problem is, there's not many RC ones. There is one by Peak Studio. That's $1,000 US, so it's fairly expensive. Maybe you'll see one on the channel one day. I don't have $250,000 for the real thing. This guy here is $58, I think, currently at the time of this video. 58 bucks. Full, ready to run. Comes with your battery, charger, controller. 2.4 gigahertz controller as well. It has suspension. It has, they're all plastic drive wheels, but it does also have a plastic, a rubber track. The front suspension arm here is metal, which is good because that's for longevity and durability. But everything else, you know, it's pretty cool. Tracks stay on, they don't come off. I've done a bit of a decent drive video, which you'll see later on. But it's pretty cool. Hard plastic body, so it does look pretty scale. It does look like I think it's EV2 Ripsaw. So it does look very similar to the real thing. So it's hard body, comes in black and blue. Links are down in the description when you go check it out. Doors open like the real thing. It's got an LED strip up here as well. Also does have low voltage cutoff. So for that price, I think it is pretty good value for money. If you're still interested, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified of all the good stuff that's coming up in the near future, because there's heaps of cool stuff. Or if you're still interested, stick around, unbox it, and then we'll do a quick running video. Sweet. Okay, here is the box. Now, it says it's a 1/12 scale, and it is fairly small. But one thing you notice, it has a bit of weight to it. So it's even, well, it's under 60 bucks American or 90 odd dollars Australian. And that gets to the toy range, like, but it, I don't know. It says here it's got planetary double current wave box, so I guess it's got dual transmission. But the thing is, it says there that it's actually metal transmission, so that's interesting. It's got bilateral independent suspension, self-adjusting track tightness, which is pretty sweet. The front main bracket here for the wheels is actually metal as well. It's got double opening European style doors. That's pretty cool. So it's based on the real EV2 Ripsaw tank. 360 degrees, obviously you can spin around. 30-degree climb angle, 10cm gap crossing distance, interesting. 5cm folding depth, 7.4 volt battery, and also LED lights up top. But they hit the nail on the head definitely with the design of the real EV2, that's for sure. Let's not waste too much time. So links in the description when you go check it out, like I mentioned. First up here we have our battery and a little charger, which don't even bother with that, guys. Just lob that straight into the bin. But I guess it is RTR, that's why they have it there. So it is a 7.4 volt, 1200 milliamp hour Lion. So we'll smash that straight on charge. We can thrash this bad boy. And let's see what else you got. Now, like I mentioned before, it doesn't feel 58 bucks worth or whatever. It feels actually more. It is like a hard plastic. It's not like a Lexan or anything. And you know, it looks quite nice. They've done a good job with the detailing, that's for sure. Now you can see the running gear here. These are all, there won't be no ball bearings, they're all plastic. But I mentioned before that this main arm here, that is metal. So that one that always keeps the track nicely adjusted, so the track doesn't keep coming off. That's called track tension, so it doesn't keep wandering off the guide or the runners up here. But it does have suspension, as you can see, kind of like the Sherman, the old school Sherman. You've got your shocks there and your spring-in one. But this main gear, sorry, the main idler here, I guess you could call it, is actually metal, which is pretty good. Everything else is plastic. Got your LEDs there, we'll plug it up, I'll show you later on. But yeah, they've done a pretty good job. So if you don't want to spend $250,000 on the real one, or there's another RC one as well by Peak Studio, that looks pretty sweet. I'd love to get that, but that's over $1,000 US as well. You could get this for, you know, I guess a dinner for two going out. It's pretty damn cheap. But it does have nice opening doors here on both sides. Now, you know, I mentioned this before, my channel, I review all the new subscribers, thank you very much for coming. I review all types of stuff, cheap, expensive, whatever. There's a market for everything, and a lot of people like to see all different things. So, there's the interior, it's got two seats, got kind of a semi-steering wheel in there, but detail-wise, pretty good. Pretty damn hard suspension. Now, I guess you could mod this. Maybe that's the marker for this. Maybe a lot of guys will mod it and see how it is, because the suspension's pretty hard. It's going to be bouncing around like no one's business. And the rest of the box, 2.4 gigahertz controller. Now, generally tanks, you know, you got the old school style transmitter. You can go back and forth. This one uses a basic car one, and it has your on and off button and 3 AA batteries, which is good to see, and that is about it. So I guess it's easier to control with this. Yeah, left and right, forwards and backwards, and the good thing about it, it is proportional. So it does come with the instruction manual. If you want to read that, that's sweet. But let's get this guy going. Hopefully, every time. Yeah, we'll never be putting that little screw back in, that's for sure. So, battery, got the batteries in the controller, like should do always with any RCs. Oh, here we go. So it's on. Let's get this guy in there. Get in there. There we go. So there are your LED lights. It's pretty sweet. And we'll hold this guy. Controller. It is proportional. So even for that price, you're getting proportional speed controllers, which is interesting. I guess these tracks might fray up a little bit. But there we go. And the steering, as you can see, left. Proportional. Getting dizzy, but there you go, proportional. So that's pretty cool. So if you want to do a turn, you know, you do a combination of throttle and, you know, turning. It's pretty self-explanatory once you get the hang of it, but not much else to do but get it out and see how she rips. I've never used like a tank with an RC car controller. Cool. Alright, the battery's plugged in. Let's give it a bit of a test outside. Now, it is a tank, so theoretically you should be able to crawl some stuff. Stop speed. Definitely be pretty cool if you could put a LiPo in there. But, yeah, at least it has, which is I find pretty interesting, is it does have the track tension can always keep, well, it's got that keep track tension there, so it's not going to just fly off. There you go, mate, keep going. People just staring at it, think, what is this guy doing? Maybe this might be a good modding platform, to be honest, for some RC tankers, because if it has a decent gearbox in it, which it says it is all metal, maybe I'll tear it down later on if you guys want me to do that. Oh, here we go. Just trying to get the tracks to come off. They're not coming off, which is good. That's a good thing. And just see how resilient it is. I'm just trying to flick it left and right. So far, so good. Now, there's not much, you know, you can't really do too much, make it too exciting, these videos. It only goes a certain speed. You can rock it. That's just me being silly. Definitely able to put a probably bigger battery in there as well, I think. Pretty sweet. Now if you guys, let me know in the comments if you want me to tear it down and see what's inside it, or some other videos. Just trying to get those tracks to come off, and so far they're staying on. Pretty sweet. Now there's no adjustments on the controller, it's just, you know, basic stuff, but it is proportional, as you can see. And you can just touch it and it crawls forward. Pretty sweet. Yeah, I reckon this might be a good modding platform. You can maybe stiffen the springs. Sorry, soften the springs up, and yeah, put a bigger motor in there. That'd be pretty sweet, actually. It might be something that the tankers might consider. It wouldn't get too fast. I was going to take it to the skate bowl, but I was like, yeah, I can't really send it that much. But let's have a closer look. So far, so good. Let's have a look at any damage. Obviously, you shouldn't have any, but doors open here, but that easily closes down. Like I mentioned in the unboxing, it is hard plastic, so it should be pretty resilient. These tracks serve a purpose. Obviously, they're not as cool as metal, but they're much lighter, flexible, and yeah, it seems to stay on so far, and that's due to this arm here. One being it's always on a spring there, so it's always keeping tension, and two, that it's nice that it's metal for I guess what's the word I'm looking for? Reliability and durability. That's the one. But pretty sweet. Oh, maybe that's why they have that screw that I keep chucking out. And that is it, guys. I'm just trying to get some other shots for you, and the battery is dead. So it has a LiPo cutoff, so it does shut off, you know, I guess to a certain voltage. But what do you guys think? I was giving it a fair bit of bash, and as you can see, the lights are flashing as well, indicating that. But I think it's pretty cool, especially for the price. You know, 58 bucks, whatever I think it is currently, or just under 100 bucks Australian. Not too bad. So yeah, hope you liked the video. Let me know if I want me to tear it down and see what's inside and what makes it tick. But I think it's pretty sweet. If you liked the video, give it a good old thumbs up. If you haven't, please subscribe. Heaps of cool stuff coming up, and I appreciate all the new subscribers. It means a lot. If you do subscribe, click the notification bell so you get notified of all the latest videos, because there is heaps and heaps of stuff coming. So thanks, guys. Steve here again. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.